It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to another hour of the Real Talk with Judy live radio show right here on Hallelujah 95.3 FM. This beautiful Tuesday in Tallahassee. It is absolutely beautiful in Tallahassee. And so I'm glad to be here, y'all. I'm so glad to be here. So glad to have you all tuning in with me. I think you all are awesome audience. And as many of you know, I had surgery last week. When was it? August 13th. So I wasn't on. I did August 9th, I believe. And man, and those of you who had your gallbladder removed, you understand perhaps the pain that just overtook my body. Man, it was like a thief in the night just came and took over my body. But I just thank and praise God for health, life, and strength. I really do. The doctor said if I would have waited just one more hour before getting something done, all of those gallstones, all 50,000 of them would have spread into my gallbladder, my pancreas, and my liver. But thanks be unto God. And I am like super thankful for a community near and far, Tallahassee and abroad, who absolutely just don't talk it. Some people talk your love, and then some people show you love, right? When I tell you, man, the overwhelming love and support I received from my community was like totally like I thought it was. I really do think I'm loved by my community. So I don't waste a lot of time on those who may not love, but those who love, man, get out of here. Tallahassee got some wonderful people here. And I keep saying Tallahassee because this is my hometown. And when your hometown show you so much love and honor, I mean, text after text. I didn't even know that your phone can have like 54 unplayed messages. I'm like, who's about to listen to all of them? But 54 unplayed messages and hundreds of texts. I have so much food and just Uber Eats, even people out of town sending money and stuff. And y'all, I don't take it lightly. Y'all on Facebook, no, I don't take it lightly because people, God bless you, Minister Howard, people do not have to be nice to you. People do not have to think about you. People don't have to, none of that is an obligation, none of that. And even with our children, people, it has been proven, some people have given their children up, because people are not obligated. So when any time people take the time to say hello, to see about me, man, I don't take it lightly. I really don't. So to everybody, I know a lot of people didn't know it happened so quickly. A lot of people did not know. I was in what was I? Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. And let me tell you something. I know we all have a different experience, but when I tell you I received nothing but top-notch treatment from the time I entered the ER on Thomasville Road until I was discharged from TMH. Nothing but top-notch treatment. The best. And I'm so glad, Dr. D, you'll be so glad so many people listen to the Real Talk with Judy live show, and they have since that locked their radio station into Hallelujah 95.3 and downloaded the app. So y'all, we want y'all to listen on the radio. We want you to listen by way of streaming. And I am so happy to be alive. I am. My strength is here. God has blessed me, and I'm excited. And I thank God for every last one of you. And to my mama. My mama wasn't able to get here to Tallahassee, but she wanted to be here so badly. She wanted to be here so badly, but her travel is limited. And but when I tell you day and night, my mom was calling and seeing about me. To my sisters Tanya, Robin, God's sister Faye, and they my sister Cindy in Scotland, and they were not playing the radio at all. I looked up. Um, my husband, they let them all come in. I think it was 7 people in that emergency room, and they let them stay in there because y'all that pain hurt. That pain hurt, you know. But the Lord helped me be a champion. The Lord allowed me to be a champion. It was the Lord's doing, and I can't do nothing but give God praise, right? And so I thank God for my mom, my sisters, Priscilla. She kept this going, but not only that, y'all, she was there making sure Priscilla, Danette, Carolyn, my husband, uh, Tonio, so many people, Marvin, Lance could live. When I tell you, Latasha, these people would not leave that hospital. And I want to thank y'all. And when I tell y'all, these city commissioners, those who are running and not, it was nothing political. They called a check on me. They really did. They took time out of their busy schedule, called, and even some from Amelia Island called and text me and checked on me. So today, y'all, so I thank God for my mom. I thank God for my husband, and to everybody who's joining me. Minister Howard, thank you so very much. You all are your texting. Thank y'all. And y'all do that with Minister Howard. Today, y'all gonna be a little different show. And so y'all, thank you for tuning in, all of our business partners. But we have several candidates who I'm going to bring on today. Today's show is entitled Your Voice Matter. Your voice really does matter. And I pray that you will go vote. We done heard good things, bad things, true things, false things. We've heard a lot about the candidates. But we have a few of them who are going to come on and just for about 3 to 4 or 5 minutes, just going to give you their last pitch. Their last something, and some of them this is their first time on here. So I want to welcome, first of all, my first guest to the chat is got to say happy birthday, Dot D. Birthday was yesterday here in Langston. Dot D got to be one of the hardest working men in the world. They used to say that about Tom Joyner, but that Dot D worked hard. And Dot D, I appreciate you. You are the epitome, I believe, of what God will have us to unselfishly do for everybody. You, my sir, help all of us to succeed. There is no hidden agenda or anything. You just help us. And I say thank you. I say thank you. So, Priscilla, let's bring on the first guest. The first guest is Dr. David Bellamy. Dr. Bellamy, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so happy to hear you're better. With all the people that love you and praying for you, you're probably bulletproof anyhow. I wish I'd have known you're up there. I'd have come up there on my rounds. I got a special badge that'll get me anywhere.
Oh man, I wish I would have known too. Yeah, because you became my doctor. I failed in my parking lot.
That's right.
And when I tell you, you helped get me, and really just meeting you. But I think you're awesome, man. Let's hear a little bit. Tell the people again. Just remind them. I know this is your first time running. What seat you're running for, and give them about 2 or 3 minutes. David Bellamy speech.
All right. Well, I'm running for seat 3 on the city commission. I'm running against Jeremy Matlow. I grew up in Tallahassee, and my mom, Carol Bellamy, was actually the mayor in the 80s. So I learned from her that if you see something wrong, you need to stand up and be counted, do something about it. Yeah. Before I went to medical school, I was a policeman. And my zone was usually the Bond area, Griffin Heights, Alabama Street. And I came back to town after med school. And then now 30 years later, when I go in those areas, it looks like I've stepped off a time machine. It's been 30 years and nothing has changed. Many of the same houses boarded up. There's 3 houses in a row on Idaho Street boarded up. And I got fed up. We can do better than that. We have the highest crime rate in the state. and the poorest zip code in the state. And it's been that way for a while. And everyone keeps saying they're going to work on it, and nobody does. I'm the chairman of the board at John Paul II High School. We've got several kids from the Bond area that go there. And I had one kid coming to school that couldn't afford enough clothes. He was having to wear dirty clothes to school. We took care of that. But that's just one kid. That doesn't account for all the children that live in economic hardship. I had another kid come to school crying because he had to take his siblings to the back room because of gunshots the night before outside his house. And I got fed up and I said, someone's got to go work on the commission who wakes up every day and says it's his job to fix that. If you live in 95% of Tallahassee, life is pretty good, but we have got to bring the rest up to the same standard. Just the basic maintenance. Yeah, everybody talks about infrastructure, and that is important. But what's also important is just the maintenance of the existing infrastructure.
Yeah.
When you go down in the areas off of Saxon Street, you'll see empty lots where it's okay to throw your trash. People throw bags of trash on the lot, mattresses. That would never be accepted in any other parts of the city. Why does the city of Tallahassee Public Works allow it to happen there? And those sort of things just take attention, not extra money. We already have the manpower and the tools. Someone's got to go to work every day saying it is my job to end poverty, crime, and the lack of affordable housing. Long term, you fix poverty, you fix all of it. In the short term, though, we've also got to focus on crime. I think we've already got a pretty good way of doing that with many of our mentorship programs. Lamplighters is great. 100 Men is good. And Tempo program's doing great. But I voted for Jeremy last time because he said he was going to fix these things. And it's just my opinion. I could be wrong. It's my opinion that he's chosen to fight other battles. I don't think he's really fought to bring palpable change to our impoverished and high crime areas. And I'll do that.
I greatly appreciate that. One of the things that you just stated, Dr. Bellamy, that I'm not, and I could have heard it. I'm not sure if I did or not, but, and if I did, it probably didn't ring like it just did today. We have a lot of manpower. We have a lot of resistance, but we got to do something about maintaining that we have now. We can build a lot of new infrastructure. And I like that what you said, but there are some things right now we can take care of. And you are absolutely right. On certain part of town, there would not be old mattresses and stuff out there. So Dr. Bellamy, it is an honor to meet you, sir. And I say congratulations.
Thank you.
Go do what you do. Make sure your voice is heard, people. Y'all have it here. I just about to say Pastor David Bellamy.
No, I'm not as good as you. No,
Dr. David Bellamy, Seat 3, City Commissioner. Thank you so very much, sir, for joining us today.
Thanks, Dr. Judy. Happy birthday, Doc.
Hey, back in the background, we have another one of the hardest working men in Tallahassee. We have the one and only Nick Friesen. Reverend Nick Friesen. Welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show, sir.
How are you? I'm so happy to be here with you. Like it is like I can't tell you. I don't care if you call me. I'm stopping, breathing, and say, God, I heard that you answered my prayer.
You're so sick.
so I'm really grateful to be here.
But I thank you for checking up on me too, Nick. It meant a lot, and I know that you're busy and everything, but you stopped. Tell me about this day. We want people to get out and vote. We want them to make sure their voice is heard. And sometimes people underestimate the power the power of their voice. Talk a couple of minutes about that, sir. We got to get these people out there to vote.
Well, here's the thing. We all know a lot of the problems. We all know the surface level of what some politicians currently are. Those candidates are trying to pursue what they want to do, what those who have done. Some in the seat need to continue in the seat because 4 years is not enough time to do a lot of work that need to be done. Because a lot of times understanding the political process, when you get elected to office, there's a lot of dismantling you have to do and understand what you can and can't do first before you be able to implement. So you got to first understand. So the first term with any particular position from state to city level, we got to first understand the dynamics of what comes along with the job. It's more than smiling and waving hands in a parade. The work is actually be done at that particular time. So understanding that you vote your conscience, do your homework. There's a group of people that I strongly support in this race. It's amazing that you had Dr. Bellamy on, because he is one of my people that I support strongly, because I've known him beyond campaign season. Before the
Okay.
season came, he's always been him.
Okay.
I support Diane William Cox because she's solid people. So she's
Yeah.
really good people to me. And the reason why I support Diane William Cox is simple for me. When I call, she answered. She helped. She
Yeah.
answered the call.
She answered.
Not
and
only
she
answered the
helped,
call,
but
and
she
she
helped.
helped. Like now, I don't care what a tabloid, a tweet, a newspaper,
My
whatever
Lord.
can say, because that's a cluster, that's a cloud that's trying to gloom over. I just know when I need Miss Commissioner Cox, she do what I need her to do.
She
Well, I had a
answered
young
and
man.
helped.
Yes, she answered the call and she helped. And she
My
said, "Let me
Lord.
call her right back." She called me right back. So I don't know. I'm not getting to the ins and outs, crossing T's, dotting I's, not getting to
Right.
that.
Right.
All I know for me,
And
she answered the call and she helped.
she helped.
And then just not only that, man, it's quite a few others. I'm gonna get into really the name calling, but I want everybody to understand the power of voting. Like some people focus on the governor race, which is in
November.
in a general, are going against Governor Ron DeSantis.
Okay.
But there's a primary right now.
Yes.
You got to make a decision out of Commissioner
Right.
Nikki Fried or Congressman Charlie
Chris.
Chris. You got to make a decision. Who's the best person at hand can get in that heavyweight boxing match and beat Ron DeSantis?
Ron DeSantis.
Who that's the biggest thing you got to understand. Then understand, and the last thing I would say to people: when you don't vote, you do vote.
Oh.
And when you don't vote, you also, when you don't vote, don't say. You just eliminate your voice. You don't. I'm tired of talking to people who just talk about the problems. From auntie porches and from back rooms and living rooms and Sunday afternoon. We're tired of that. We're trying to figure out what can we do as with the power in our hand.
Come on.
And a lot of that is just literally going to use that power of voting.
That's right.
It's so important that we don't forfeit that opportunity, because there was a time a few years ago that we couldn't even vote at all. We prayed, we sacrificed, we died, we got beat, we got the water and all that stuff like that. We did all that not to come to a point in time and say, I vote if I missed it this time. No, we got it every single time.
Hey,
we got to elevate our standard of living.
Come on.
Like, don't get me started in that.
Oh, and you already started. Hey, listen, now, Nick, I know you could go on, but y'all, we got to elevate our living of standards by voting. That's what we have to do. We have to elevate our living of standards by voting. And when you don't vote, when you don't bubble in, you do vote. You vote.
You do vote.
But you also
eliminate
your voice. Thank you so very much, Brother Nick. It is so glad to have you on, and all of those making comments. Thank you so very much. Olivia, I see you. Voting is the key. Sharon, how are you? Listen, thank you, Brother Nick. Y'all, we have the one I want to remain there, the one I believe who have done a great job, who's doing a great job. And he don't just take pictures just to take pictures. This man too, when you call, he answer. Y'all, the one who need to remain in the seat, the one and only Mayor John Daly.
Hey there, Dr. Mandrell. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Mayor. How you doing?
I am doing great today. It's exciting. It's election day. Hey, you had the, well, great. I got somebody at my front door. And the dog's going crazy. This is how we roll in the Daly family right now.
I see.
I think that's Steve Beasley at my door.
That's about right, too.
Hold on. Let me go. Just a second. Hold on.
And y'all, that's what he does. Look, he got to go calm them dogs down. But in the meantime, y'all share this, because one of the things we want everybody to do, we want y'all to vote. My mama just chimed in. Hey, Mom. Y'all, we need y'all to vote. We want
Well,
you to
there we go, Pastor Judy. That was exciting. No, look, hey, it is election day, and it is time to get everybody out to vote. I don't know where we are right now. I do know we had a low turnout coming into today, but I have high hopes that we're going to have a great turnout. I'm trying to get the dog under control.
I hear.
Man, you're catching the mayor real right now. My goodness. All right, there we go. I think we got it under control now. But look, we're feeling good about our campaign. We're working really hard, and life is going really good.
Yeah. And that's another thing. You've always been upbeat, Mayor, and I want to
look who I got right here with me,
Mr. Beasley. Mr. Beasley, this is Judy Mandrea. How you doing, sir?
I'm listening to you in my car. I'm listening to you in my car.
Hey, Dr. Mandrell, I am blessed to have Steve Beasley on Team Daily. Let me tell you.
Get my shirt.
Yeah, he got his shirt on.
Yeah, we got his shirt right there. But let me tell you, Mr. Beasley, you've been around a long time. You have been a blessing to so many people. I've had the fortunate honor to just watch how you handle things. You have trained us, and it has been an honor just to sit at your feet to get your wisdom. Mayor Daley said he has high hope that we're going to have a good turnout. Tell me what you feel about this voting time right now, Mayor, Mr. Beasley.
I think the vote turnout is slow this morning, but I think between 4 and 7,
it'll pick up.
Pick up. But one thing, over 32,000 have voted.
Woo.
We got to take that into consideration. Over about 20 something thousand in mail in, and another 10,000 plus on early voting. So we're starting off with 32,000 votes already cast.
Okay.
So, if those people hadn't voted those way, it probably would have been much busier this morning.
Okay. So that y'all get out and vote. Get out and vote.
Get out and vote. You are right. That is the key. Everybody needs to exercise their right to vote. You had Nick Freisman on earlier. Nick is the man. I love working with Nick. He is absolutely fantastic, but he's right. If we don't vote, that's the basis of our democracy. You got to get out and exercise your right to vote.
That's right, and that's what we want to encourage people. We have so many people who complain, so many people who find fault, so many people who think, but we got to make sure that we have people in place who really, sincerely care about the people and what's going on in Tallahassee.
That's
One
right.
of the things that you showed to Kaylin John Lewis, and she's a 16-year-old with her own 501c3. But one of the things that you showed to her and to all of those young people who was out there working with her, Mayor, is that some thought that you may want to come take a picture with the news and all that kind of stuff. Your Saturday was booked beyond measure.
Booked.
And this is what you told me to tell her mom and Kaylin. You're not looking for a photo op.
Nope.
That you wanted to support her.
That's right.
And the only thing you wanted to know is where she was, so you can come and let her know that you personally support her.
You bet.
That's the kind of mayor we need, y'all.
I can tell you right now, she's going to be the mayor of Tallahassee one day. That is one of the most impressive young ladies I have ever met, hands down. She's got a bright future ahead of her, and I'm looking forward to following her career.
And so thank you so very much, Mayor. Good. May God bless you today. And our desire is to see you back in our seat, leading us another 4 years.
I'm looking forward to it. But I got to tell you, Pastor Mandrell, I'm just as nervous because tonight my oldest, Tommy Daly, has his first football game for Raw Middle School. We're kicking off at 7 o'clock. I'm more nervous about the game than I am Election Day. You want all the kids to do well. So I hope you'll pray that they have a good time. They stay safe. All the middle schoolers that are playing in the Jamboree tonight. And we're going to have a great day of football.
We really are. And this is going to be a great day in Tallahassee.
It is.
All right.
Pastor Judy, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so very much. Listen, y'all, we got so much going on. We got so many people tuning in. And we just want y'all to understand, one of the reasons why I brought this show on like this today is because I want us to exercise our voice to vote. That is a right given to you. That is a right given to you. Okay, that right has been given to you to vote, and you have that opportunity to vote. You really do. You have that opportunity to vote, and if you don't vote, I mean, look what all they went through to give us this opportunity. Look everything that was done. Nick Freisen said it. Spit on, water hose, put in jail. Y'all, some was even killed just for this opportunity, just to have your voice heard. Just to have your voice heard. Okay. And when you mark that ballot, you're saying, this is my voice. This is my voice. And we're not here to fight each other. Y'all, this city needs help. And I got people listening. And Sharon Mazza, I didn't know that you didn't live in Tallahassee until Dr. Yaquanda. Y'all, my co-host trying to get on, I don't know what's going on, but she may pop in anytime. Y'all know her now. But I didn't know that you didn't live in Tallahassee. Want to thank you so very much for all that you do. You're driving, but y'all all over the world, those who have primary elections, please vote. Okay, vote. Some of us are going to vote for the same candidates here in Leon County, and some of us are not. Okay, and it is okay, but you do have the opportunity to vote. Okay, vote your conscience. Don't just vote because Miami Gardens is listening. Yes. Come on. Jacksonville is listening. Come on. Miami, New York. Come on, y'all. Come on. That's right. Atlanta. We're listening because why? We want you all to check in. My Sister Patterson. Yes, I'm feeling good today. I really am. God has blessed me. And we have heard so much, y'all. But some of these candidates, you know what they've done. We got a lot of newcomers in the race. We have a lot of newcomers who've never run before at all, but they're running now. All right. And we want you to hear their voices. We want you to hear their voice. We want you to go out and vote. Y'all know one of the hardest working commissioners. Oh, Apaka, Florida. Yes, Apaka. Erica, thank you. But one of the little old Apaka, but one of the greatest, hardest working women I know. A woman who worked from her heart. She's not working for show or fashion. And I've been supporting this mighty woman of God for all the years she's ran for everything. But this is what I love about her. When she didn't win, she still fulfilled what she said. It wasn't no show. It wasn't no anything. Y'all, I welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show, the one who I believe should remain in the seat, county commission seat, in her, what seat is this? Seat 5. Look at me. Seat 5 is the one and only Commissioner Diane William Cox. High noon.
I'm not her. She popped back off, so she'll be back on shortly.
Oh, that was a good introduction too, wasn't it, Priscilla? That was a good introduction.
Sure was.
It was a good introduction, man. I hope I can do it again because that was real good. That was a real good.
You have another one in the back, though.
I got another one back there?
So we have Mr. Nick Maddox.
All right, listen. Another hardworking man who has been working in this city. And I want to tell y'all, this man, not just for political flair either, Nick Maddox has supported every endeavor that we have done. And not only that, I'm in the hospital. He calls and texts to make sure I'm okay, to see if I need anything. And and not just right there, just in different segment. I must bring him on. Mr. Nick, County Commissioner Nick Maddox. Welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show, sir.
Dr. Judy, how you doing, man? I'm down here.
I'm doing
my office away from the office. You know where I'm at.
Yes, sir. Yes. I want to thank you so very much for being on. I want to say over the whole airway, thank you, Nick, Commissioner, for always being there. You know, even when I was in the hospital, when you found out, your text messages, your call. I went back and checked all these messages I had. I must have had about 4 or 5 and Nick taking up my voicemail. But it means a whole lot, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you this morning, and thank you for all you do for our community. I think, when somebody like you goes in the hospital, we got to check on you, make sure you come out strong, pray for you, because you exemplify what leadership looks like in our community. And I appreciate everything you do for our children and our faith-based community, and just being as vocal as you are. You make things happen, and partners like you in our community, we can do anything. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate all you do for the community, and I appreciate your support in the past, and I appreciate your support today as well.
So, sir, here we are. We're at the high noon hour, and a lot has been said, a lot has been done. What would be your comments now?
My comment to everybody is get out there and vote. Don't let, there's been a lot of negativity this voting cycle. There's been a lot of confusion. Don't let the noise get to you. Make sure you go to a poll and you vote today. That is your liberty. That is your opportunity to share your voice. And if I'm fortunate enough, vote for Nick Maddox. I've been doing it now for 12 years. I've been vocal. I've been present. I've made things happen for our community. I may not have been the one that brags a lot about what I've done, but the people who have relied on me, the people who know me, knows that I get the job done, and I'll continue to do that moving forward. And I just hope that you will give me the opportunity to continue to serve you as your county commissioner at large, Group 2. But most of all, the most important thing is get out there and vote. Right now, we're at about 23-24% turnout. The supervisor election that predicted about 35. I told them my people are going to turn out and make it up to 40-45%, which would be a record for a primary. So all my people out there that's listening, near and far, if you got a ballot at home, make sure you get it in by 7:00. Make sure you go to your poll today. Voting is very important. It changes the complexion and make sure that your voice is being heard throughout Leon County and in this political world.
Nick, let me ask you, why do you think our primary turnout is so low?
I think, one thing is just, a lot of confusion out there, a lot of negative campaigning went on during this campaign cycle. And I think it might turn some people off. But then again, I think some people think that the primary is just not as important as the general, but it absolutely is. A lot of these races may be over in the primary, and you won't get a chance to vote for your county commissioner, your city commissioner, if you don't go out there and do it today. So it's important that your voice is heard today. And then a lot of people think, if the governor's race is not totally on the ticket, then they don't want to turn out yet. But I'm telling you, the most important politics is the politics you play at home. So make sure you go out and you get an opportunity to vote on your mayor. You get an opportunity to vote on your city commissioners, your county commissioners, your respective party candidates. Make sure you get out there, because it's just as important. The primary is just as important as it is the general.
Okay. Well, sir, we'll be looking tonight at 7 p.m. And and beyond. But again, I want to thank you for all that you do. It has not gone unnoticed, and we appreciate you, sir.
Dr. Judy, thank you so much, and I hope you healing all right on us, right?
I'm healing all right. But if
you need anything, you give me a call.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much.
All right,
y'all. I'm back with this great. That was an award-winning introduction, but back I bring to you again one of the heart, and I don't have to say this to the pump of pride, but this young lady worked hard, and can't nobody deny that her work has not spoken for her. Unfortunately, she's had to deal with some stuff. But can I tell y'all this? I work on her campaign, and in the back room, y'all hear me well now what I'm about to say. In the back room, she got a bunch of Peters, but she really is Jesus' daughter. And she said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to pray, and this is the way we're going to keep moving. We would not do this, and this would not happen. I heard that with my own eyes, my own ears. So with my own eyes, sitting there saying, now, I believe that too. But let me tell you something. She lives it. I bring to you our re-elected city commissioner, Diane William Cox.
Good evening. Good afternoon. What time of day is it? My God.
Good afternoon.
It is finally election day. Hallelujah. Thank you for this opportunity, Pastor Mandrell. Thank you for your support, and praying that you are restored and you are fully healed so you can help us continue to run this city in the right direction.
Commissioner Dodd, you were in the Florida City League in a big conference, working your tail off, busy morning, noon, and night. And you
Yes.
must call me before you went down through doing surgery, after surgery, before I went home. While you was flying back, they probably had to make with the lady in seat 1A turn her phone off. But Ms. Dodd, your support of me and just the care that you sincerely give to me, and I'm going to make it personal, that you give to me, I want to thank you. But not only have I seen you give that to me, Ms. Di, this is what you give to the city, to the people of this city at large. You serve from your heart, and people make false stuff that they doing this and doing this. But Ms. Di, as Nick Freisen said, not only do you answer when we call, you make things happen. And we got to keep. I know I'm doing more talking about you than I mean, I let everybody else talk about them. But I got that we got to have you back in that seat. Ladies and gentlemen from Tallahassee, we got to put Commissioner Diane William Cox back in that seat, because one of the things that hurt me to my heart was to see two sitting city commissioner fight another city commissioner. I told somebody today, it's like me not agreeing with a pastor, getting on Facebook, fighting that pastor. I would never do that in my life. And so, Commissioner, with every ounce of strength in me, I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is what I'm wearing today. Every ounce of strength in me. So, Commissioner, stay a few minutes. I got some more folks back there, I was told. But, Commissioner, let us hear your voice.
I love you. I love you, and thank you so very, very much. Let me tell you, I am on a mission. I have a charge to keep, and I am doing my best to fulfill my master's will, because I believe that he's called me and others for such a time as this. That is why the enemy is so busy. And you say that my colleagues are fighting me. Well, you can't fight if somebody's not fighting you back. So let me tell you, I'm not swinging on them at all. I'm going to let God swing on them. It's not because I don't want to, but I don't want him to then swing on me. And I believe that God will prevail. He will fix all those crooked paths. He will fight for me. He will contend with those who are contending with me. Now, if you got a problem with me helping our residents here in the city of Tallahassee, then you just got a problem, because that's what I'm going to continue to do. Whether I am on that dais, on the street, we're going to continue moving our city in the right direction. And I want to be on that dais. I want to continue to be the voice of the people in the room where decisions are being made. I promise you that I would do that, and I'm doing that. You see how the money is flowing in communities that has never flew in before. We are doing the right thing and helping the underserved. Who could be upset with that when you say you want to represent the people?
Who can be upset with that? Who can? And Ms. Di, and y'all, just what she said just now is exactly what she stated. And it's kind of funny, Ms. Di, to me. Well, it ain't funny. It's puzzling. You weren't the only one who voted for that $27 million, but you're the only one they're going after.
Absolutely.
And so I'm like, well, Ms. Di ain't made the fight. She ain't the only. I mean, she ain't got that much power, my Lord.
Not at all.
And so, people, y'all hear me. Why would Sam Ballard and all of them fight Nehemiah? All three of them, why would they come together to fight one woman of God? But like Esther stated, if I perish, let me perish.
That's right.
I'm going to see the king. And
I'm
guess
going
what
to see the
king for? Not just for her, for the people. Miss Diane, let me tell you something, Commissioner. I am drinking my juice. I am resting my body, because around about 8:30, I'm coming up to the watch party. I sure am. I'm coming up. I'm going to be there tonight.
Come on through.
So I'm getting all my strength down.
We're going to celebrate. We're going to dance like David danced.
So congratulations on your re-election, and we'll see you tonight.
All right. I'm out here in Southwood waving to folks coming in to vote. If you see me or you see our sign somewhere, please honk and let us know you're with us. God bless you, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so very much. Listen, And so, in growing up in Tallahassee, I've had the opportunity to watch a young man, and the Lord allowed him to become a son. And when I tell you, he has become a son, and I want to say that he may have started this some, I don't know, 15 or 20 years ago. He is the one who can say it like none other. And when he say Mama Judy, I watch him in the Urban Lead. I watch him in so many places. Y'all, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show. My son, the one and only Rudy Ferguson.
Hello, Mama Judy. It's so good to see you.
Can't nobody say it like him.
That's right. Can't nobody say it like Rudy Jr. I want to say thank you, Mama Judy, for the opportunity to be here. Oh man, we out hustling and bustling, trying to get these last few minutes. People who haven't made their mind up yet, so we out hustling and bustling. But again, thank you for allowing me to be on your show today. Real talk.
Oh well, I appreciate you, son, so very much. Where are you?
Right now, I am at Dollar Tree, and Lady Fergus with me. She's going to get a battery. She's out with me today. We got on our blue and white, and we just rolled in the city with my campaign sign you see on the back here, and we just got it, and we just rolled in the city and just waving and talking and checking on people.
Let me hear you. This is your first time. We've had you as the Urban League president, the AXO. When you the AXO, you was over the AXO. Is that the youth?
The youth program. They had the Urban League.
With Urban League, right?
The New Life program and all those different. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because you was a young man then, a real young man then. Yes. And then here he is now running for county commissioner seat 3. Group seat 3.
Actually, this is the at-large seat. This is what everybody can vote for me.
Okay, so everybody can vote for this seat.
Everybody, as long as you live in Leon County and registered to vote, you can vote. You can run with Rudy.
Okay, you can run with Rudy. Rudy, take a couple of minutes and tell me about that apron you had on.
Well, my apron stands for serving the people, and whenever you prepared to serve, you dress like you prepared to serve. And my apron came to me in a vision that my motto was serving the people's interests. And when you're ready to go into the kitchen, when you're getting ready to cook something up, when you're getting ready to serve, you put on that apron, just like a preacher. When I come out in the pulpit, I have on my robe that identifies that I'm about to serve in another capacity of a preacher, of a pastor. Now, as a commissioner, I serve in that capacity, put my apron on to serve the people because this is what I do. I'm not doing this now because I'm running for office. This is something I've been doing way before I became a pastor, way before I was appointed by Governor Lawton Childs. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been groomed to do. I'll say this, Mama Judy, in closing, so you can ask your next question. I'll say this in closing. I'm a young man, an older man, he's gone now. His name was Ingram out of Miami, Opelika. He told me one day when I was about 21, he said, Rudy, when you find out your calling, your career will come easier. And I've come to find out that this is my calling and this is my career.
I like that. When you find out your calling, your career will come easier. Mm-hmm. One thing I can honestly say about you, son, you love serving the people. You love serving, and I've seen you do it on the street. I've seen you get right down with them. And when I say with them, people who have lost hope, people who have, even in the midst of gunfire, I've seen you do it. I've called you on different aspects of this community. And I don't know if you remember early, I think it was early last year, with all those young boys I was talking to.
Yes, ma'am.
And they said they'll talk to me, they weren't going to talk with anybody. And I wanted to bring you in. And you said, no, Mama Judy, this is how you handle this.
That's right.
This will be more effective. This is, and I want to thank you because I handled it the way you said. Amen. And I believe that we're on something big. And it takes people who ain't afraid of the street.
That's right.
That the people on the street are just people who need direction.
That's right, Mother.
And you got to be able to help everybody. I want to thank you for what you give to this community.
Yes, ma'am.
And not only that, you and Lady Ferguson have raised some fine gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen.
Prayer changes things.
And 1 minute, say something to the people.
Well, thank you all of those again who are tuning in to Real Talk with Judy. I want to say that this is important. This is great. This is not just a political run. This is a righteous run for the right things to be done, for the right way to things to be handled. I'm not running as a politician. I'm running as a statesman. I'm running because statesmen look out for their constituents. Politicians look out for themselves. This is important to understand that my model is simple. I will learn from you, listen to you, that I'm able to lead for you. This is what it's all about. Rudy's going to run for you, and I hope that you can run with Rudy in this election tonight. Get to the polls, Help me out, because this is something that I know is going to benefit the entire county. We're not just going to level the playing field. We're leveling up to the place where I know we can be. And I believe that my experience and my time and 3 decades in the community has put me in a place while I'm able to be positioned to do just that. And that is help out and serve our community.
My Lord. Thank you so very much, son. Boy, I'm gonna be watching. I love you so very much. Give Lady Ferg my love. Love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Say it again before I hang up, Mama Judy.
Say that one more time, Mama Judy.
Yeah, you said it. I just want to hear you say Mama Judy.
Mama Judy.
All right. Congrats. All right, love you. Ladies and gentlemen, one and only. This is my brother. Y'all, my LT36 brother. He called me his honorary pastor. I'm so proud of this young man. The one and only Mr. Terrence Barber.
Pastor. Pastor, how you doing?
I'm feeling much better, Terrence, and thank you. You know, y'all, you took time. I mean, you was extremely busy every time you call and text, but you did not fail to take time to make sure that I'm okay. And
I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it. I thank you. I thank you so much for affording me the opportunity to grace this platform with you this afternoon.
Yes, sir. This is your first time running here. In this capacity, you know,
yes,
you do a lot. Working Class Wednesday have brought so many of us together. You have done a great job. Take a couple of minutes. They're giving at that vote. They're at the poll. Some standing in line. I heard that someone was standing in line trying to figure out who to vote for. Right. Tell the people a little bit about you, Terrence.
Oh, my name is Terrence L. Barber, your candidate for Leon County Commission, District 1. I grew up right here in Leon County. Mother worked for the county library system for 42 years. My father, an entrepreneur that taught my brother and I trade, so I know the importance of hard work. And throughout this campaign, what my father taught me has stuck with me, because Pastor Judy, I realized that hard work still works. And what we've been doing throughout this election cycle, through like you, continue to do the work, and we're going to continue doing the work after this election. We are confident. We look good. We feel good. I think that it's time for this community to move forward. With all due respect, Pastor Judy, the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing over and over and to expect different results. It's time to use a new set of keys in order to open new doors. So I'm glad that God brought me here.
Terrence, I am so glad that you're here. I'm proud of your tenacity. I really am. I respect you highly. What you're doing, you went for it, and you've given it your all. I've seen.
Yes, ma'am.
I've attended some of your stuff. I know your heart. The Lord allowed us to meet 4 years ago.
Yes, ma'am.
And just to see what you want to bring. 1 more minute. Say something to the people, and we're out.
Folks, I want you to get out and vote. Make sure that we are exercising our right to vote here in District 1. Historically, we have about a 16% voter turnout. That means that 16% of the people in District 1, which is a predominantly Black district that encompasses Frenchtown, Bond, Southside, Woodville, all of our majority Black communities, 16% of the folks who have taken the time to register to vote are showing up to the polls historically. It's time for us to change that. Our generation, my generation, being 41 years old and the youngest person in my race, I think that it's time for a change of guard. I think it's time for us to pass the baton. I think it's time for us to push our community forward. My name is Terrence L. Barber, your candidate for Leon County Commission District 1, the choice for change. Thank you so much, Pastor.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
See you tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
God bless. All right, y'all. Another young man that I've grown and watched to grow up. The young man who have made a big difference. He has the same work capacity as my husband. He's a pharmacist. His wife is a school teacher. His mom have one of the great child development center academies here in the city. The one and only Mr. Gallup.
Great to be here. Thank you so much for calling us. We're out here campaigning right now. Still talking to folks about why to vote, how important it is to vote, and why to vote for us. So if I go in and out, you might hear me campaigning a little bit because I'm right now grinding it out to the end. But thanks for having me on the show, Mrs. Judy. Or
Hey,
Dr. Mandrell, I'm sorry, Dr. Mandrell.
Miss Judy worked, Gallup. It worked. Would you encourage? I just heard Terrence say that there's 16% in District 1 who's out. We have a total of, I think Mr. Beasley said 32,000. We got 24%. Could you take a moment, sir? And I know this is your first rodeo in this seat.
Yes, sir.
But would you encourage people just for a few moments and make sure they get their voice heard?
Absolutely. President Abraham Lincoln said it the best. He said our government should be of the people, by the people, and for the people. But for that to work, we all have to be engaged and involved and participate in the political process. And so the thing is, if we're not showing up to the ballot box, if we're not donating to campaigns and volunteering, those are the reasons why we see policies that can impact communities that look like us disproportionately in comparison to other communities. Because the unfortunate truth is the people that are crafting laws are making decisions that will keep them elected and keep them reelected. So if we're not at the table, we're going to be on the menu. So we have to ensure that we are engaged and moving forward to ensure that we can increase the quality of life for people that look like us.
Wow. Thank you so very much, Mr. Gallup. Y'all listen, we got to go. We don't want to be on the table. We don't want to be the menu. We want to make sure that we're at the table. We want qualified people. All of us would not be able to sit there, but we want to make sure that you exercise your voice, and let's put people in the seat who can hear and who can understand the policies and take us off the menu and help us become policymakers. Mr. Franklin, what would be your last word to the people? Y'all, this has been real good. It seems like so many of them are calling in. I appreciate this. I want y'all to be
special. You know, you're the queen of the town, so we make sure we support you any way we can.
You're so, and that's the truth. You do. You really do. You and your wife, your family. Thank you. So take a minute and say something to the people, Mr. Franklin.
Absolutely. Get out there and vote, exercise your right. Make sure you're doing your research, understanding what people stand for, and what they're trying to do for their community. I'm not saying go in and cast a blind ballot. I'm saying go in and cast an informed ballot. That's so important to ensure that we have the right type of representation. Once again, this is Gallup Franklin running for the state house as a Democrat. If you are a registered Democrat, we will be on your ballot, but also there's so many other important races on this ballot too. So what's most important is exercising our right to vote. Please, if we can earn your support, earn your vote, please vote for us. Any questions about us, visit us online at gallupfranklin.org, gallupfranklin.org.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Franklin. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Listen, y'all, we're almost about to wind down to the end, and I really didn't plan it like this, but this is the way it is. We've listened to so many people. Mr. Franklin stated, we don't want to go in as a blind vote, but an informed ballot. Y'all have heard me speak of this young man. I did I think about a 10-minute video on this one. But I have watched him, and I admire his tenacity. I admire his boldness. I admire him so much because I have seen him work the people. I have seen him work for the people. I have seen him get in the trenches. I have literally been in the courtroom and seen this man have sentences, not change, but that will give people another change at life. I have seen him in the bushes working. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring to you the one that he's had 20 plus life. He done served all the prison sentences he need to serve. He done served everything. Ain't nothing gonna come out. Mr. Gregory James, Reverend Pastor Gregory James, House District 8. Welcome.
Well, thank you. So glad to be here with you. And certainly it's a blessing to be here on this amazing history-changing day.
Greg, I am so excited. Forgive me for calling you Greg.
It's okay.
I am so, I don't even know what to say. Just seeing you right here, watching you on Facebook, watching you beat so many odds, watching you not even throw javelins or anything at anybody else, but watching you run your race. It has been an honor And to see you here about to make history tonight, I don't know, and my eyes keep getting water every time I see you because I'm like, man, what an honor, what an experience. Talk to the people, Pastor Greg.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I want to thank you so much for all that you do in the community to keep us informed and to keep us inspired. One of the things that I would say that to the listeners, one thing that you must be aware of, to take a step like this, to put your whole life before the public, to go through the scrutiny, to be abused, to have to deal with so many naysayers says a lot when it comes to you saying you want to serve the public. Well, I think in my heart and in my mind that I'm at a place that only God could have prepared me for. I know what it means to be down. I know what it means to be counted out. I know what it means to really people to write you off. And when you can bounce back from all of that, you have to know that it's the hand of God, and his hand is preparing and moving you into a place that is far greater than your eyes can see. So here I am today, Pastor Judy, on the ballot. We are hours away from, I believe what God is about to do is shift the atmosphere in government. So I want to say to all of you who are listening to the broadcast, let's get out and vote. And I want to tell you this. I want you to know today that you are voting for Greg James, someone who has no agenda, someone who has the ability to hear your pain, to hear your voice, and to be able to fight for you. Someone who understands what it means to negotiate. Someone who understands what it means to be able to stand and be firm in your thought process and in what you believe. And I believe that District 8, we're in a season, we're in an hour where God has allowed me to lead to this point under his hand, but now he wants to do greater. So I want you to get out and vote. Like I said so many times before, your voice does matter because it mattered in 2018 when we were able to get over 1 million petitions and put Amendment 4 on the ballot. Somebody said, well, why do you talk about Amendment 4? I talk about Amendment 4 because it created what I feel this moment needs. It created relationships with Republicans and independents. It created relationships with non-believers and believers. It created relationships with faith leaders from all across this state, various degrees of denomination. So Amendment 4 prepared me to be able to advocate and to be able to understand what it means to move in government and be able to cross aisles to get things done. So Amendment 4 is great because why? You all gave us a voice. And now the voice you gave me, I have exercised it even further by putting my name on the ballot. And what you can do now is you can turn the volume up on my voice by using your voice to go vote today. Listen, vote Greg James, House of Representative, District 8. And guess what? I will keep working for you.
Whew, Reverend Greg, thank you so very much. What a way to end my show. What a way to end. That's it. My show is ending with you, sir. And I want to thank you so very much. I believe in you. My voice has already turned up the volume. So we're looking forward to a great celebration tonight. And I appreciate Amendment 4 and all that you have done, and the opportunity to watch you afar off and to watch you up close and personal. And not only that, thank you, Reverend Greg James, for being one of my greatest mentors. I want to thank you for what you impart into me. And I know I take a lot of things personal. I know you do it for everybody. But thank you so very much for what you give.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Well, y'all, there you have it. This has been the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. And I tell you, you have heard from so many of the candidates. You have heard from so many of the candidates. Now it's up to you. It's up to you. It is up to you. Please go vote. You have heard from so many of the candidates. I believe that you have heard their heart. You have heard, and I want you to go vote. Go vote, please. Let's take this up from 16%. Let's take it up from 24%. There were some others who had opportunity to come on not everybody, but there were some others who had the opportunity. Yep, that afforded the opportunity for them to come on because we wanted you to hear. We want you to go and as Gallup said, do an informed ballot. So this has been the Real Talk with Judy live radio show, 7 o'clock p.m., 7:30, 8 o'clock, 11 p.m. I know all of us are going to be glued to the show. Whatever you do, make your voice heard. Whatever you do, I've already voted. Thank you so very much. Y'all share. Would you do me a favor, please? Share this. I believe others need to hear what was stated today. So, Tallahassee, and those on front, especially Tallahassee, this is what? August 23rd, the concluding day of our primary. Go vote. You've heard some good people on here today. Go vote. I absolutely love y'all. This is Real Talk with Judy. And I see you in the future. In Tallahassee, we're doing all right. I think the majority of the people I believe they're going to win tonight. All right. I love y'all. Be good.
Real Talk with Judy. Real Talk with Judy on the radio. Real Talk with Judy. Real Talk